Okay, I have set up a file here with two layers. One layer, turn the red layer off, being a yellow color, and the top layer being a red color. So with this top layer clicked on and active, I'm going to add a mask. You'll notice that the mask has a bounding box around it, meaning that if I do any painting or adjustments, that will be to the mask. If I've clicked on the image, any painting or adjustments will be to the actual image. So we want to make sure that the mask is selected. And I'm going to grab a brush with black paint. And I am going to paint on the image right in the center. And you'll notice on my mask that's created a black spot which poked a hole through this layer and let the layer underneath show through. Now if I switch my color and paint with white, I'm going to reduce my brush size just a little bit. Where it's white reveals what's on this layer. Where it's black conceals what's on this layer. So white reveals, light reveals, darkness conceals, black conceals. Now, some important keys for you to understand. If I hold the Shift key down and click on the mask thumbnail, that turns the mask off and you'll see a red X through the mask. And then if you Shift click again, that turns it back on. If you hold the Option key down on a Mac or the Alt key on a PC and click on the mask, that turns off the image and lets you see only the mask. So anything you do over here will be working on the mask. Option and clicking again, or Alt clicking, will turn the image part back on again. If you Command click on a mask, everything that's white will be selected. Everything that's black will not be selected. So now you've learned that a mask is a way of making a selection as well. I'm going to do Command D to drop that selection. And now if I press Command on a Mac or Control on a PC and click on the image thumbnail, that will select all the pixels in that particular layer. Alright, so those are some important things. So I am going to drop that selection. I want to tell you about what if it's gray and not strictly black or white. So let's click on this mask and click our gradient tool, and we'll choose black to white, which is always the third one over if you've not changed your palette any. And I'm going to drag from top to bottom. Alright, so now you'll notice on my mask it's black at the top and white at the bottom, and then there are 256 shades of gray in between, going from light shades of gray to dark shades of gray. So where it's totally white, the top layer is completely revealed. But as the grays become darker and darker, they become more and more transparent, letting that yellow from underneath show through. So you get an orange color until you get all the way to black, which is completely concealing this layer and letting everything from underneath show through.